Hey guys, today we're going to do a little bit of a shop update. There's been so many different things going on that it's been really hard to focus and get anything done. So I'm going to go over what we're working on, what to expect over the next couple weeks, and what I need to do to get there. So first things first, starting out here by the door. Coming in, I mean, you can see this place is just an absolute mess right now. There's been too many things going on at once. I've been trying to pick up a bunch of material as I go for the random projects we're working on, as well as I got a bunch of scraps left over from these rafters we just did, which the reason I haven't cleaned them up yet is within the next 2 weeks here, we're gonna be starting on the rest of the roof here to get this re-supported so that we can get our ceiling in and get this place insulated. So that's kind of been the big holdup for everything else is the roof. Trying to get everything supported, a ceiling in has held us up from getting lighting done, which is also, I mean, made it not the easiest to work on other things. So we've got this place pretty temporarily rigged up at the moment. Looking at a couple other of the smaller projects here that we're going to be working on. One of which is to start getting back on the truck here so we can make some progress and get this thing painted as soon as possible. That's where some of this wood does come in. I just picked up a lot of these 2x4s, which some are going to be used for our ceiling that we're doing, but the other ones I am planning to use for a cart that I can put the bed of the truck on and roll it around. So coming over here and looking at the truck, I would like to get the bed off so that I can start to prep the back of the cab as well. I would like to just start focusing on the cab a little bit here. And to do that, I'm gonna have to get the bed off or at least slid back. But I think it would be really nice to build a little cart that I can put the bed on, which will allow me to work both on the back of the cab as well as the front of the bed at the same time, and then give me the flexibility to be able to move this around here as I need. So I'm gonna use some of those 2x4s and some casters that I bought to make a frame that I can still bolt in on these OEM holes here so that I can lock the casters and keep it in one place and still work on it. So we will be doing that here pretty shortly. Here are the casters that I had picked up from Menards to make the frame to put the bed on. So we're gonna try and use these as well as some 2x4s and get that done. I did initially want to use some metal tubing to do that, square tubing, but just the cost of that didn't really make sense for me at the moment. So we're gonna try this out, especially since I haven't even got to try the welder yet. So we're gonna bust that out here in a different project. Another project not related to the shopper truck that I will be working on shortly is a fishing rod holder. So that is a little bit of what the 2x4s I bought, and honestly a lot of the extra material like pieces of plywood are going to be used for that we have extra from our shop work. So I did pick up some pegboard as well as some rod holders that I'll use those as well as some of our scraps here to make a nice little tackle and rod holder. So if that's something you guys are interested in seeing, let me know. Otherwise, that's kind of something I'm just looking to do for myself, honestly. So since we've started the shop work and trying to get our ceiling built out, this side of the shop has kind of become just a catch-all, and it's really been bothering me. So I'm gonna take some time here in the next week or so to get this cleaned up. Because honestly, there's nothing worse than coming into a messy workplace. It definitely demotivates me to be out here. So we're gonna get this all cleaned up. I got too much shit around that we got to change this. So we're gonna get this cleaned up. That's also gonna open up a lot of space and opportunity for us to do a few things over here. I would like to replace this workbench. This is a pretty cool workbench that was here originally when we moved in, but it makes it a little tricky because I did knock out a section here for my mini fridge and bar stools. So it's not exactly the most structurally sound thing anymore. It's definitely not bad, but it's really old wood. A lot of it is pretty soft. It is nice, heavy, rough sawn lumber, but it also makes it a little tricky with all the grooves in here, or the spaces in between the boards, that small things can fall in between. So I'm gonna do a new workbench, at minimum a new top on here, but right now I'm thinking of replacing the whole thing. So if you guys do have any ideas or recommendations on that, I would love to hear about those. Definitely open to anything. So one thing that I haven't really shown or talked about yet is the loft up here. So let's take a look at that quick. Coming up here into the loft, there's really not much up here yet, except a lot of pine cones. I think prior to me moving into the shop, when we bought this house, this building was abandoned for a really long time, and the old doors and windows didn't really seal very well. So there was definitely a lot of critters in here, which is not the case anymore, which is great, but I still got to do some cleanup from them. Other than that, I don't have too many plans for up here, other than getting it a little bit more even here on each of these beams so that we can put a floor in so that I can store stuff up here. Something that I have not shown yet is the outside of the shop, which as the days warm up, we will be coming out here a little bit more to work on things. So we have done new service doors and, where's my finger? And windows already, but we still have to do these garage doors. So that is something that we will be doing here as it warms up. I don't know exactly when, because I do have a lot of things more important than getting those doors switched out. But something else that we do have to do sooner than later is paint this building. So as you can tell, especially because this is the darker side of the building, it's extremely dirty. So we're going to be doing that here when the days warm up. It looks beautiful outside today, but it's actually only 19 degrees, so still not the easiest to do anything outside yet. So we're going to work on some exterior work here as the days get warmer. Let's take a look at the part of the shop that currently has no lights in it, so please bear with me. So currently this bay of the shop here, which is going to mainly be a utility stall and storage, doesn't have lights in it. So we're going to use this guy here so we can see what we're doing. So coming in here, this has definitely been a catch-all while we've been working on our other projects. But a couple things I do want to talk about quick is what we have ready for the rest of the shop. So since we have a new air compressor, which is wired in and works, but I have not got to put the air lines in yet, that is something that will be coming shortly. And it's definitely one of the things that we've been waiting on due to the ceiling project as well as wiring. So as you can see here, we have all of our wire we need to get our new lights, switches, welder wired up. And then this box here is all hard lines. So we will put in hard lines for the air compressor throughout the shop, which will be super nice. Another thing that we are still waiting on is setting up the welder and all the equipment that I showed in the last video. We are waiting to do the wiring until the rest of our shop ceiling work is done. So there will be a video once all this is done, getting that set up, because I would like to try that out shortly. And that's what we got going on in the shop right now. There's a lot of things going on at once. Trying to get anything done is difficult right now. I need to really honestly step back and just tackle one thing at a time. Our main focus in the next couple weeks here is going to be the ceiling, trying to get that resupported, and then get this mess cleaned up, because that is kind of holding us back from a lot of our other things we need to do. So we will be working on the ceiling, then that'll let us do electrical, air lines, get back to the truck. So please stay tuned for all that. Also, workbench. So we're gonna be working on this area a little bit. If you guys have any recommendations on rolling tool carts or workbenches, I am looking at those right now. So if you have any nice rolling workbench solutions, bunch of tool storage on the bottom, worktop on top, that would be awesome. Let me know. And any recommendations for the shop, throw them in the comments. I love to hear from you guys, so thank you.